first player, he is recently from Harvard, and most importantly, he's last year's Windsor City Open champion. He's ranked number 335 in the world. Please welcome Canada's George Crown. And his opponent today, fresh off in May, the finals of the Canadian National Championships. He also represented Canada at the recent Pan American Senior Squash Championships. Please welcome number 173 in the world, Canada's Brett Shilley. Have a great match.
Welcome everyone to Windsor, Ontario for the final day of the Windsor City Open. We start things off with the men's championship. Two Canadians looking for their first ever PSA Challenger Tour titles today. Brett Shilley, George Crown, ready to face off here on coverage produced live by We Digital. Justin Prince once alongside by Christian Lindo as we get set to see how the former Western Mustang takes on the former Harvard Crimson. So two very young players looking for their first ever title on the PSA Challenger Tour.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one here. As you said, both two college players, both played in that atmosphere, but this one a little bit different. PSA Challengers title on the line here, so this one should be a good one.
Now, in turn, let's break down how things look coming into today for these respective players. It's been an intriguing tournament so far for this side of the bracket. When things shuffled over yesterday to Devonshire Mall for this part of the tournament, things got very intriguing amongst them. Brett Shilley able to take on and beat his former teammate from Western University, Mitchell Kennard, yesterday to move on to this final. On the tour, 9-8, now looking to try and win after making his first semi-final, mind you, let alone first final today.
Yeah, definitely a strong performance from him beating Mitch yesterday. I thought it was going to be a closer one, but he ended up closing it in 3 there. So I think he's going to come in strong in this final.
He's 173rd in the world, keep in mind, and that record moving above the 500 mark as a result of his efforts so far in this event. Also a part of Squash Canada's Next Gen program. And looking to see what happens here today, utilizing a lot of the dying length, but also the cross-court nicks in his win yesterday. George Crown, meanwhile, coming over from the United States on his collegiate side, originally born in England, but residing originally from Oakville, Ontario. He looks to make himself a champion for the first time on the PSA Challenger Tour, coming off a finals appearance and his last appearance on the tour, the White Oaks Court Classic.
Yeah, George Crown, very solid player all the way around, so I was very surprised to see him in that 7th seed. I thought he would be seated a little higher, but he ended up making it to the finals after beating Bubba Tunde yesterday, so should be a good one.
The thing is, over 40 years for his collegiate career, keep in mind, just 3 times he lost matches with Harvard and was their team captain before graduating, while also interning for several companies, including Tinder, so happened, as a software engineer. So 2 different player backgrounds, but what do you expect playstyle-wise from these 2 today?
Playstyle-wise here, I think Brett's going to hit a lot of that good tight length, and probably George Crown might have some trouble with that, but both 2 very solid players here. I don't think I've seen them play at the college level versus one another, so this one should be interesting.
Of course, the Ivy League for George Crown in the United States. OUA for Brett Shilley, a part of the 39 straight Western Mustangs titles there.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're a part of Western University's program there, you are good.
Yeah, Western, very good school. I know a bunch of players from Windsor that go there, so yeah, very good school. Harvard, though, also a very good school, just on the different side of the water.
Indeed, coming away with a few national championships a few years ago. Some of their women's members also a part of that side of the bracket. One we'll see later today, in fact, who's graduating next year from Harvard University. So just a few moments away here. In turn, What do you think is going to be the major difference to win here for this championship, knowing they have the chance to win their first a part of the PSA Challenger Tour?
Yeah, I think both these players probably really excited trying to get their first titles here. So I'm not quite sure, though. Like I said, haven't really seen the two play each other, so I don't know how they're going to play. But I know George Crown, he never stops going. He always go, go, go. So it should be an interesting one. I want to see if Brett can keep up with the pace of George Crown, so it could be tricky for him.
It's the first time these two have played on the PSA Challenger Tour. And now we're just seconds away from the start of Championship Day here at Devonshire Mall. I've been happy to have you along throughout this entire week, whether it's been watching along here with coverage brought to you by We Digital, or whether it's those who watched in person for the Windsor Squash and Fitness Club. It's going to be entertaining how these two fare out. Keep in mind the sunshine coming out. On that note, We Digital Productions would like to congratulate the organizing committee for their stellar work on the 2023 Windsor Cup Squash Tournament. Congratulations to all of the players that participated in this event for their hard work and commitment to the sport. We Digital is honored to be partnered with the local organizing committee in covering this tournament for the second year. We look forward to live streaming future events. Continued success to PSA's World Tour, who provided player information and live scoring. Finally, thank you to all our viewers who watch this event on YouTube. That from WeDigital.ca, the live stream facilitator of the 2023 edition of the Windsor Cup. Just about ready to go here from Windsor. It's Chile, it's Crown. Black for Chile, red for Crown. Chile to start, we're underway.
Looks like that sun on the left corner is really popping out in that backhand corner today. So we'll see how that has an effect in this match and through the day. Great drop there, though. Brett just leaving that drive a little loose, and George just puts that one away. Yeah, Chile just puts that one in the middle there, right back to himself. So pretty clear stroke there for Crown. Oh, beautiful boast there. Just catching Shirley flat-footed there, making it a 3-love. Oh, tight length there from Crown.
Stellar, 4 serving love.
Yeah, and from what you said, he was 1 game down yesterday, then won 3 straight. But it seems like George Crown doesn't have a problem just shaking off that first game, then bouncing back really strong.
And out called, meanwhile, after the Chile point. 5 serving 1, lightning quick so far in game 1.
Yeah, very fast points so far.
Yes, like called. Point the point.
Yeah, Shilly, they're not completely clearing the shot there, so let will be given. Not much dispute by him.
And a hit off the tin, 6 serving 1.
Yeah, he's going to have to limit the errors here early on in this game. He can't afford giving George Crown free points. As I say that, error comes the other way there for Crown.
2 serving 6. Shilly so far starting off very slow. If anything, Crown's controlled this tempo.
Yeah, that's definitely in Crown's strong suit, just controlling the tempo and almost like flicking a switch sometimes, just making it faster and then slowing it down again, just controlling it very well.
Good example. Watch some of these lanes. Crown not allowing Shilly to really establish that at all. Watch, 3 count. Immediately Shilly changes his angle.
Yeah, stroke there. Shilly just trying to hit the drive off of that really tight drive by Crown and couldn't really control it, so I went back to the middle once again for the stroke.
So the CSA Scholar athlete from last season continuing to start stellarly. 7-2 Crown in the early going here from Windsor. Out called. 8 serving 2.
You might have to think if the glass court comes into play here, because I assume Crown in those CSA finals has definitely played on the glass court a little bit more than Brett, as the OUAs, I don't believe they're played on a glass court.
And keep in mind as well, when it comes to Shilly, he does have some other experience on top of that. After all, he did win a satellite event, the Burke-Hampstead Game Plan Open. That's not counting for the PSA Challenger Tour title side for reference. And one time was a #1 player in the juniors. Made some good runs when he was on the satellite portions of PSA's competitions.
Yeah, those satellites definitely also very good competition, but definitely a little bit different here on the tour.
10 serving 2.
Yeah, great start here coming from Crown. Hasn't been put under pressure much in this first game.
And another error right to the tin. 11-2, Crown beating Shilly in game 1. And a shellacking to start from Crown.
Yeah, very quick one there from Crown. Not really getting put under much pressure there, so I think Brett's really going to have to step up his game in this second game.
I think it's already emphasized by the fact he doesn't want to leave the Jonathan Power court. He's still warming up.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Brett got tired that game, although he didn't win. Both players just not having the longest of rallies so far.
Indeed so. Crown up 1 love so far in this one. And now it's the matter, what do you adjust if you're Brent Shilly? Because it's already been emphasized in some of the matchups on the PSA World Tour side, those adjustments becoming the major difference for some yesterday, in particular when it comes to Simon beating the player he trained with, Yaya Anawasani, yesterday. What does Brett do to try and flip the script his way?
Yeah, Brett, I think Brett needs to focus on establishing the length early and then attacking after. So I think a lot of the points were given to Crown that weren't too difficult for him, so he really needs to apply some pressure here before he starts going in for those attacking shots.
So players have a few more moments before they have to return to the Jonathan Power court to break down once again the scheduling for today's action. For those just tuning in, Windsor City Open action starts off the day, then the Windsor Cup for the PSA World Tour side of the card. Shilly and Crown for the men's championship. Then, after this matchup, a 2 p.m. set start for the latter of the Challenger Tour events, where Nor Heikel looks to try and win her highest ranking event on the Challenger Tour, 9K here against Marina Stefanoni later on. And don't forget about the Windsor Cup finale, Momin Soliman, 3 p.m. set. All set to go. George Crown, so far just 2 points conceded. 64 minutes for Crown play coming into today. 95 for Schilling.
Yeah, let's see if Brett can put some pressure on Crown early here and start off with the lead.
We're underway for game 2. Quick start, and Chile starts 1-love.
Yeah, beautiful drop there, but it all came from that length, putting pressure under Crown, forcing him to hit that loose ball, and then putting that drop away. So I think that's what Chile has to do here.
And just as you say that, right to the tin.
Yeah, definitely has to cut out those mistakes here. Needs to force Crown to be doing the mistakes.
And working back to the lane, Chile starting to make it go back to his preferred shot type.
Leaves it loose there in the middle, but yeah, I can't quite find the recovery there.
2 serving 1, Crown. And you talked about the seeding, 5 and 7. They have to upset a lot of the top players for the Challenger Tour Sunday event to get here. Everyone in terms of the upper seeds getting upset by the time they got to the semifinals, basically.
Yeah, seeding-wise, it was definitely an upset, but I know I've heard of George Crown in the past, so it wasn't really a surprise to me that he came to this final. I think a little underseeded, if you ask me, but I'm not sure he has much matches play when it comes to this PSA side, so that might have been why.
He only had 1 tour appearance coming into this event, keep in mind, in terms of the notable of recent time. And that was, of course, that White Oaks Court Classic.
Yeah,
his world ranking, mind you, 335. That's going up, probably.
Oh, it seems like the ball stayed in there. I thought it went out, but we can play on.
Currently working back to the length. And a tough bounce and stroke awarded. So the explanation from the official to them, let's take a look. Yeah, actually tripped off his back legs.
Yeah, it almost seemed like George was the one that ran into him, but I guess the ref thought it was enough contact. Definitely couldn't recover there and hit the ball.
And a low shot, 2 serving 4 after the clean off the tin.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting here to see what George does even after this tournament. Win or even if he wins or doesn't win, this is a great start for both these players here on the tour.
Shelley down by 1 here in game 2. Back to the length. And the ball touches the line. And Crown retakes serve, 5 serving 3.
Yeah, both players here just letting the ball come a little loose here. And as I say that, George Crown hits a beautiful shot to the back left corner.
Gap growing quickly. So far, a very quick matchup. 6 minutes in game 1. So far, 4 minutes into the second game. Beautiful
recovery from Brett, and he just puts a great ball down from a loose ball there from the front from George. So maybe going a little early there to the front corner.
Ford serving 6. See how some of the angles are forming up. Sunshine curling on the left side of the court to start off the day. Almost into their eyes.
Yeah, I know a couple players yesterday from the PSA side of things were saying that sun was a little annoying on those backhand corners, especially during those longer rallies where all they're doing is playing those drives. The sun was really in their eye.
Again, the argument you can say, as many will say, is, well, everyone plays on the same court. You can't control the sun is the downside. It's not remote controlled.
Yeah, like you said though, both players dealing with the same problem, so no real excuse from either of them.
Schilling with a good shot.
Beautiful shot. Seen that shot a lot in these past couple of days. Just the overhand, almost like rackets just straight over their head, and they put it right into the nick.
And that's almost going back into what worked yesterday to get him by Cannard. Just not cross court in that sequence.
Yeah, going straight instead of the cross court there was definitely the play, and it also rolled, so zero chance for Crown to pick that one up.
Oh, and out called. Too low. 6-all.
I'm liking this a lot better from Shilly here, really just cleaning up the squash and forcing George to hit these errors.
And stroke awarded. 7 serving 6.
Yeah, and as I say, he was cleaning up. He hits a very loose drive there. I don't think he agrees with the stroke call, but that is the call that was given.
Almost thought it went off the tin at first, more so than it being a stroke.
Yeah, a little weird one there, but I think it was definitely a stroke either way.
Yeah.
That one definitely hitting the tin.
8 serving 6.
So Shilly losing the lead here.
See some of the dust starting to fly around the facility. 8 serving 6. Crown showing, keeping it tight.
Yeah, I was expecting Shilly here to be the one keeping the length tight, but it seems like George is the one that's controlling the length here.
One of our longest rallies so far of the match. If not the longest, already about 2 minutes just about for just this 1 point.
Yeah, these are the rallies I want to see during these games, especially when both these players have such good length.
Back to establishing it.
Both players working that backhand side a lot here in this rally. Neither player giving up the loose ball here in this one, so both players just waiting patiently.
I've seen this come down to mistakes before with the errors. No one really showing an error. There's one. Yes, Len. 8, check that. That going the way of Shilly for the point.
Yeah, like you said yesterday, you got to think how these players think after playing such a long rally just to redo it. It might affect them mentally, but once again, I think both players should be okay with the let, especially Shilly not getting the stroke called on him there.
Yeah. So originally, the official called 7-8. No change to the official score log, so believes the first instinct there. There's the roll.
Yeah, beautiful drop there, just rolling into the nick. Impossible to pick up.
9 serving 6.
Yeah, very sunny one out here in Devonshire Mall. Lighting definitely getting onto the court for this match.
Game ball, Crown.
A beautiful retrieval there from Crown. Oh, and Brett finding the nick. It seems like that's one of his stronger shots. When it's right above him on the volley, he just takes it in fast and seems to be finding that nick very consistently here.
Needs 3 straight, though, to be able to break this game. 10-7 Crown. Tight and low on the initial drop. Call from the official.
The ball actually goes out of court there as he tries to lift it, but too much pressure coming in from Brett. See if he can bring this one to 10 all.
2 strike for Shilly. You see them just watching as it goes bye-bye.
Crown shooting for the nick there. I'm not quite sure about doing that on an 8-10 ball, but the serve was pretty loose. Couldn't get it to go, though.
Shilly with a chance to break the game ball.
Oh, and he does after a 10-6 lead. Shilly stays calm here.
A 4-point swing. We're at 10 all. First tie break of this matchup.
Yeah, Crown getting maybe a little bit flustered after making 2 quick back-to-back errors there. Now Brett is the one pushing the pace here, forcing Crown into these awkward positions.
All
Brett.
Over the spacing, too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Brett is using the whole court here, making a move a lot here in this rally.
Virtually staying stationary on that left side with the sun now moving all over the place. Now looking like Crown settling the length again, establishing.
Good pick up there from Brett. Can't find that one though.
Now we're back to game ball. 11 serving 10.
Yeah, massive point coming up here, and Brett goes for it but doesn't find it.
So just like that, George Crown, after having a tie break in the midst of one broken game ball, still gets the second one done to win game 2, 2-love over Shilly.
Yeah, very interesting here. It seems like these college players are not afraid to go for the winners, even in those big moments, but both players not able to find them. Crown couldn't find it at that 10-8 scoreline, and Brett just couldn't find it there off the serve.
Now, the one thing, too, that you mentioned already with the spacing a bit,
Yeah.
How do you keep that up, or rather, how do you try and establish that? Because as we've seen, the second Crown got it back to the established length, it seemed to go back in his tide of momentum in the final 2 points.
Yeah, I think Brett just can't play at George Crown's pace. I said it before the match, George Crown is really good. If you're playing that one pace with him, he can just keep going forever and he actually just takes control of the pace. So I think Brett needs to really mix it up here. He can't play at one pace because that'll favor George. So I think what he did there, moving it to the front, bringing it back to the back, and just changing it up all the time really worked for him. So I think he needs to continue doing that here.
So we'll see if Brett Shilly can turn this back around. 2 games to love for George Crown. Shilly, keep in mind, a very successful athlete in his own right. We mentioned Western University has experienced there the Next Gen program. Has represented the nation in the past as well. Part of that Western University squash program from 2017 to 21. And the interesting thing is when one of the major note marks is when did they join the tour. They only joined the tour just a couple months apart. July 2019, or rather, in terms of that mark, just a couple of months, about 4 or 5 months of separation term.
Yeah, both pretty new players to the tour for sure, as they were probably focused on more of their college play there in the CSAs. They can get very busy during that school season, so I think now that both are kind of finished school, they're going to try to maybe make a run here on the tour. I'm not quite sure about Brett, but I hope Crown ends up going for it because I could see him being pretty successful on the tour.
Crown September 2021, February 2022 for Shilly. We're just about set to go.
Yeah, so both very new to this Challenger Tour for sure.
2 games to love for Crown. He starts things off. For some quick warm-up here for game number 3. Again, glad to have you with us with coverage produced live by We Digital. We're back underway.
This will be interesting to see how Shirley starts off early here.
Well, there's a start.
There is a start indeed. Beautiful drop there. Great touch, just putting it right into that nick. Seems like both players finding that right-hand nick a lot this game. Oh, another beautiful one there. Crown leaves it up on that forehand side there, and Shirley just puts it right back on that length, tight to the wall.
Back-to-back points for Shirley to start.
Yeah. Definitely think the volley, that straight volley, is going in Shirley's way this match, so Crown might need to watch out for that early.
Out called. 3-love. Shirley all of a sudden starting to really shuffle the momentum his way in this game to start after struggling to start the first 2 games.
Yeah, Shirley taking the lead here early, which I think feel good for him mentally for sure to start off with the lead. But against a player like George Crown, you never want to get too comfortable because he comes out of nowhere and just pushes the pace. And as I say that, Brett continues his run.
Brett Shirley, 4-love. Shirley, all but 2 games won prior to this matchup here today. As an Arado with a 10.
5-love here. That is a massive lead pretty fast into this game.
Just have to wait for the ball to be retrieved. There it is right there. And the ball is back from its trip going shopping.
It seems like the ball is finding its way over these past couple of days out of court.
And
Brett this time the one making the error. Crown getting his first point here in this 3rd game. Oh, and then Brett, another beautiful nick from Brett. Like we said yesterday, when these serves are loose, these players are not afraid at all to go for that winner, and it seems like it's really working in Brett's favor. That right-hand nick is just rolling for him today.
an Arado with a 10.
Yeah, and as I say that, the mistake comes.
Crown, though, still needing some points if he wants to try and get this done quick. 6-2, Shirley.
If I'm Shirley here, even with this lead, I don't know if I want to rush Crown here. I want to make sure you're still working him on these points for sure. And as I say that, Crown goes for a winner and he gets it.
Nicely done, but now still trails by 3 as he talks things over with Shirley.
I'm not quite sure what they were talking about there.
Off the length. Notice both of them starting to angle further and further away from that sunspot. At least based on that spacing position, it seems to be moving further and further away from that line of where the sun is.
Yeah, for sure. Still utilizing the backhand corner, but that sun's got to be annoying back there.
So moving away to the shade. Quick shots again. Back down the left side.
Ball stays in, according to the ref, but Crown thought it went out there. Oh, and Brett does get the stroke there as well. Just clipping the sidewall and going back to the middle, right where Crown was.
7-3, Shirley.
Oh, beautiful stuff there from Brett. George Crown unable to get that counter drop in. Just too tight from Brett. Very clean squash. Minimalizing the errors in this one for sure.
It's by far his best game so far in the matchup. Extend this by 5. Can Chile extend the match further?
I'm liking this game a lot better from Brett here. Really playing these rallies out and not making the error. Beautiful stuff. It seems like Brett, he doesn't even have to necessarily hit the winner in these rallies. He's more or less just playing that length, and it's just too tight to the wall here for him. So this is the Brett we were seeing yesterday with this tight length.
And again in our quick shot.
Yeah, Crown going for the winner off that loose serve, but just can't find it.
Similar to what we seen last game. Air off it. Now it's the game ball. Schilly this time with it.
Oh, beautiful counter drop there from Crown. Seems like Schilly not too convinced that he got to that first one in that right-hand corner, but ref seems to think Crown got there perfectly fine.
So 10-4. Things stay okay for Schilly in this game. Yes, it does.
Beautiful shot there from Schilly. Just the dying length there in the back. George not seeming too happy about that game.
So Crown losing game 3, but still holding a 2-1 game advantage for the Windsor City Open men's final.
Yeah, for sure. That was a tremendous game from Schilly. Just honestly, kind of how I expected. Just not making errors and playing that length a little bit more than he did in those first 2 games. So beautiful stuff there from Schilly. Crown maybe a little overwhelmed by the different play style there. He was not as in control of the rallies.
So in turn, Schilly though has to do this again to be able to try and extend this to 5. It looked to all Crown. That switch in game 2, definitely crossing over, it looks like, to game 3. Now, how does Schilly, it's the matter of can Schilly keep this up to be able to do this?
Schilly just needs to keep minimalizing those errors and playing these rallies out for sure, changing the pace like he did there. And he's really good when George Crown is under the rope. Seems like George is making those mistakes, so he needs to keep the pressure on the George here.
Will the pressure go his way or not?
Seems like now both players are going to take their whole 2 minutes here to compose themselves and maybe think a little bit here. Neither player, I don't think, with a coach in their corner.
Yes, indeed, you see them on the respective sides. One choosing to sit to the back wall. That chair is available for them. Schilly setting a lawn where some of the fan grandstands are for the festivities.
Both players returning even with that 30 seconds left. So neither player wanting to take the risk of getting the time warning here, which has happened in the past in these matches over the few days.
I've had a couple here at Devonshire Mall. George Crown starting from the left, Schilly from the right.
Yeah, Schilly just getting the serve here as he won that last game. Take a little time to warm this ball back up before we get into it.
So 2-1 for Crown. Schilly with the serve to start game 4.
Both players continue to put pressure with this length. Very patient rally. Oh, and as I say that, he takes it in early. It seems like that's really the golden shot here for Schilly. Just that forehand volley right into that bottom right corner.
Schilly starting up 1-love.
A beautiful pickup. Very good movement here from Chile on these retrievals.
On our bounce to the tin, 1-all, and Crown with the chance to reestablish things.
Chile just finding the tin early there. Maybe getting ahead of himself here. Needs to really focus on building these rallies before he goes for these shots.
Not the greatest time for the error in the early going here. So far in 3 of these 4 games, rather the 3 coming into this 4th game, started off with the established pace early, usually going on. The Crown off the tin.
Yeah, I believe Crown was asking about one of the previous pickups by Chile, but seems like everything was pretty good.
2-all, here's a look.
Yeah, that one obviously down, flying off the top of the tin there. As we said in the past, though, not much you can do once the ref calls it up, as there's no video review in this, even in this Challenger Tour match.
So Crown now with the advantage, 3-2.
Back wall boast there from Crown, keeping himself in the rally. Another one coming in.
Couple good recoveries.
On Brett, just it hits it out, a little overhit on that lob there from Brett. Really unfortunate. He looked like he could have stayed in control there.
So 2 errors already for Chile. That's exactly what we just talked about a second ago.
Yeah, it seems like once again these errors are giving him problems here early.
So going back to all over the court in terms of how the spacing and separation now going.
Get back to his length on this forehand side now for both players. Oh, and just a beautiful hold. Had George guessing a little bit there, so he's a little late getting to the back and trying to back wall boast it there. Just couldn't find the back wall. Beautiful shot there from Chile.
Chile serving 3-4. And 3 serving 4. Yes, let call.
Yeah, that was a good call there. Yes, let. Although he did bump into Chile there, the ball was behind Chile, so not quite a stroke.
Continuing on, back to the length again. Back along to the left side.
Yeah, both players really working those back corners. Tight from Chile.
Oh, and again, tight just above the red line. Good shot.
It's almost like every time you see the ball on that right side on the volley, you gotta be thinking, is he gonna go for that that shot? It seems like it keeps hitting the nick time and time again. So beautiful stuff here from Chile.
4-all here in Game 4.
Great pickups though from Crown in that front left corner.
Spreading from left to right, back and forth again.
Oh, just a beautiful drop there from Chile. Both players seem to be okay with keeping these rallies pretty lengthy and working that length.
Seen that a few times so far in this game, but now Chile, 5-4.
Yeah, it's a very patient squash from both players so far.
Again, the contrast a bit from some of the rush points we've seen when you go back to Game 2 a little bit.
Yeah, it's just crazy how these players just change the way they play a little bit here. That's the great thing about squash players. They really can just change the way they play on the fly when things aren't working out for them.
And off the tin it goes.
Yeah, just not able to get under that one enough and just pushing it a little low there, hitting the tin.
back and forth. Game 4.
Oh, and Chile with that beautiful drop into that front hand corner. Great stuff so far from Chile in that right corner. It seems like that's really a sweet spot right now.
6 serving 5. And another out bounce. 6-all. Crown picking up the point on the good shot.
Yeah, no player running away with this one. Just back and forth here in this fourth game. Ball staying in there from Crown.
Staying back to the outside. Back wall. And
Brett
7 serving 6.
Yeah, Brett just finding the 10 there. He needs to make sure these errors don't come now. This is too important of a point for him.
And again, close.
And as I say that, he finds the 10 again.
Worst possible time for the errors right now.
Yeah, no time was good, but this is definitely probably the worst time he could be hitting those errors. And as I say that, Crown hits one again, swinging back to Chile here.
7 serving 8. 3 errors straight for the two combined.
Yeah, both players need to clean it up here. After working so hard, the last thing you need to do is give your opponent an easy one.
And a claim below the line. Almost 2.
Yeah,
they say
good.
In.
It's just so close from Chile. He puts it in the same spot every time. Mm-hmm. So it honestly looks like a 10, but it's just so perfect that it's good.
It's 8-all once again, able to cover for the earlier errors.
Yeah, Chile just shaking off those early ones here and still tying it back up. Very mentally strong here from Chile, not getting frustrated with himself even though those errors are coming.
You see them working almost in carousel-like form on the stroke, or rather on that length. Back along to it. Very minimal mistakes when it comes to yes let, no let, or strokes. It's worth mentioning so far. Just a couple of those calls today.
Yeah, for sure. Both players not really getting in each other's way here, so not many decisions for F early on. Very long rally, this one.
All right, back to 2-3 minutes again.
Both players, though, being way more patient here. Beautiful pickup there from Brett.
Oh, trying to go counter dropping.
Oh, good use of height there, getting it out of the front. Oh, and Crown making there. That is a massive point for Chile. Crown working very hard there. I think he believed at least one of those was 2 there. Let's take a look. That one was definitely good.
And then there's the error.
Such a good lift. I don't even think he meant to win off of that, just to relieve pressure so we could get the T position, but ends up being so tight. What a beautiful shot there. Chile staying composed in this one.
9-8 for Chile.
Yes, let given a little contact going to the front right.
And all of a sudden the intensity level ramping up by an extra couple notches.
Big point here for both players, for sure. One can either tie it or one can get the match ball, so some would say this is the biggest point of the game. Beautiful retrieval here from Brett.
Back along for the length. Oh, and low. Out. 9-all. It is Crown with the point. They say it's off the tin, the red.
Chile here really needs to stay composed and keep playing the game that's been working for him. Oh, and as I say that, he can't find it. That's been his shot all game and all match so far, but that one he just can't find. Maybe a little nerves coming into this one.
This is the match ball. Crown with a chance to win his first PSA Challenger Tour event.
Yeah, Crown wanting to close this one out, and Brett wanting to extend the match as long as you can. Try to bring it to 5.
For the match.
Oh my. Great recovery from both players here.
Having a sprawl round.
Both players using the height here to relieve some pressure from these drops.
Out called.
And going out, and Crown takes his first PSA Challenger Tour victory.
So George Crown indeed becomes the king of the PSA Challenger Tour's Windsor City Open. He does it 3-1, 11-2, 12-10, as well as 11-4 to Chile before closing out with a Game 4 victory.
Yeah, very solid stuff there from Crown. Fighting off that pressure from Chile.
So George Crown from Harvard University, winning for the first time in PSA. Let's take a listen in the court. Currently in the midst of a Q&A session, George Crown all of a sudden, in the midst of his celebration of his first PSA Challenger Tour victory.
You got to think how George Crown played today. That might not be his last championship he brings, at least on the PSA Challenger Tour.
Also delivering an envelope to some fans as well. Leave a giveaway there amongst the fans in attendance here today. But for Brett Schilly, well fought. It's George Crown who gets the victory. Your quick thoughts as we get ready to hear from George.
Yeah, for sure. Really unfortunate there for Schilly. The former Western Mustang couldn't quite get it done there. So beautiful stuff from Crown, getting it done in 4.
Yes, indeed. So, once again, George Crown about to join us here at the commentators' table as part of his celebration, his first PSA Challenger Tour crown going his way. He now joins us here. Production produced live by We Digital. George, congratulations. You are a winner on the PSA Challenger Tour in the finals. Your first PSA Challenger Tour crown. What's going through your mind right now? Already getting the chance to interact with the fans as part of the celebration.
Oh yeah, awesome feeling winning here in Windsor. Obviously I'm from Ontario, so I feel like I had a bit of home support there, even though Brett's also Canadian. But yeah, awesome crowd, awesome court, great week.
In your opinion, what was the turning point for this matchup with Schilly?
I think there were some key points in the 4th game where it was really even at like 6-all, and he hit a couple tins to send me up 8-6. I think that was probably the most pivotal point.
In turn, you already heard the discussion of what's next, but now with the PSA first Challenger Tour win coming, 2 finals appearances already on the Challenger Tour already. What's next for you in terms of your approach to add to that list?
Oh yeah, I've still got the rest of summer training, going to finish that up, and then I'm not totally sure what tournament's next yet, but I'll be going for the title in the next one for sure.
All right, so whichever one you go to next, we'll see how you do. Once again, it's George Crown who wins the 2023 edition of the Windsor City Open. Congratulations, George.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
George Crown, once more, your winner here today. Stand on by because the women's matchup for the Challenger Tour is coming up next. Stand by here at Devonshire Mall from Windsor, Ontario for the second championship matchup of 3. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I might come back for the final. I might go get something to eat though.
Okay.
Alright, that's all good. Moment and Sullivan.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor, Ontario for more coverage of the Windsor City Open and its Women's Championship. Today, it's the number 55 of the world, Marina Stefanoni, taking on the number 96, and Nor Heikel. Justin Prince with you as we get set for the second of 3 championships here today on coverage produced live by We Digital from the Devonshire Mall in Windsor, Ontario. As the shade starts to form over top Jonathan Power Court for the first time today in action, let's talk about how these two look coming into this action. Marina Stefanoni from Harvard University collegiately and from Stamford, Connecticut, looking to try and pick up her 7th career title. So far, a 75% win-to-loss ratio in the championships, and looking to add on to what's been a successful stretch. She's now in her 2nd consecutive final after the champion Fiberglass Women's Open earlier this year. Meanwhile, Nora Heikel having a chance today to try and win her 2nd ever title. Previously winning in the 5K Challengers, she looks to have her highest level Challenger victory here today. Now, the difficult part, getting it done. 19-year-old from Egypt today. Few moments away from the start of today's action. It's the first time these two have ever faced one another. And both of these players have had 2 different types of runs in this tournament. So far, 11 games, 9-2 for Stefanoni. Sees her having a lengthy bit of time in the tournament, 95 minutes of play so far. Her opponent Heikel, just 1 game loss, but very quickly doing so in most of her matches. 64 minutes combined, including 2 matches ending in less than 20 minutes in the first round in the semifinal, the latter of which was against Lucy Stefanoni to move on here. Just a few seconds away from the start of today's action once again, and it's been a busy time when it comes to this week across the Windsor-Essex County community for squash. We Digital Productions, on that note, would like to congratulate the organized committee for their stellar work on the 2023 Windsor Cup Squash Tournament. Congratulations to all the players that participated in this event for their hard work and commitment to the sport. We Digital is honored to be partnered with the local organized community in covering this tournament for the 2nd year. We look forward to live streaming for future events. Continued success to PSA World Tour, who provided player information and live scoring. And finally, thank you to all our viewers who watched this event on YouTube. From WeDigital.ca, the live stream facilitator of the 2023 edition of the Windsor Cup. Just a few moments away from the action as the players discuss things trying to warm up the ball. They've managed to lose the ball on top of the roof of the Jonathan Power Court. So things are going well in preparation here. So the official has opened up a new ball, and it looks like we may have another few moments to warm up the new ball thrown in. At least it's done before the start of game 1. As we get all set to go, one more thing to note. Are you interested in squash and located in Windsor-Essex County? Well, one of the venues for this tournament, the Windsor Squash and Fitness Club, has junior squash starting in September all the way through December, with 4 different age groups available. The Future Stars, recommended to be 4 to 9 years old. The Development Blue from 8 to 13. Performance 1 and Performance 2 levels for those looking to play competitively 10 and up. Coached along by the Gumphrey family as well as Bir Bangu, a former WSF junior. You get the chance to be able to produce a fun quality experience for all standards of learning how to play squash, following the guidelines of the long-term active development model. Available for players aged 5 to 18. For more information, contact Craig Guthrie, White Certified Coach. Emailing him at guthriecraig@gmail.com. Now promoted by the Windsor Squash and Fitness Club throughout today's festivities as well as yesterday's. So with the lengthier time here in the midst of this warm-up period, with the warm-up ball, quickly Wanted to mention, for those just tuning in as well, this is the second championship of the day. The earlier one going to George Crown, his first ever PSA Challenger Tour title. A multiple-time athlete, Ivy League, making first-team honors there, and nationally this past year, coming away his first win on the tour after 2 straight finals appearances in Challenger events. So for today, Maria Stefanoni will be wearing the blue, what will be, or Heichel in the black.
Someone with you for this match? Do you want I'll ask around.
So just about ready to go. And there's a look at the Stefanonis. Both very successful athletes in their own right. 2 of the top players for their age bracket by far in the United States. One of the top young prospects from Egypt, looking to do the same. In terms of performance-wise today, she's done much of this tournament. Win, and win big here at the 9K level. Again, Stefanoni, Heichel, coming up next here from Windsor. Final moments as players make their way to the court. Stefanoni, multiple times junior champion, in fact the youngest winner at the junior level in the United States, looking to add to her repertoire of wins in the PSA Challenger Tour events. We're all set to go. We're glad to have you with us from Devonshire Mall. The shopping mall is abuzz with activity. The fans adding in numbers. See who wins the title. We're underway from Windsor. Starting things off quickly, Heichel, One Love. Heichel's done that much of her appearances so far. Whenever she's won early on, she's won big. Those 2 matchups in straight games, 3-love apiece, 11-2, 11-4, usually the most common stat lines in all but one of those games. Now Klein to the 10. So with that, 2-love, Heichel. And a tough shot to read there. 1 serving 2, Stefanoni. Only approaching her final year with Harvard University this season. Its most successful players on the women's side looking to try and make it 2 for 2 in Harvard University alumni and or current players to break through today here in Canada. 4 serving 1. Heichel working very fast here. Fast point. 2 serving 4. Trying to get it around the rail. Around the 10. Stefanoni to serve. Trouble on the drop shots. Heichel with the serve. 5 serving 2. Stefanoni, good shot. Approaching the nick. 3, serving 5. Once again, out. 6, serving 3. Points coming very, very rapidly quick. Similar to what we've seen throughout the tournament for the women's side of the bracket. These players playing here for 2 days consecutive prior to today, compared to the men's side who didn't come here until the semifinals. Trouble on the drop shot. Stefanoni. And right off the tin again. 7, serving 4. Out. Trying to go for counter drops. 8, serving 4. Heichel. And on the bounce, double post and the use of the nick. 9, serving 4. And a yes like called. Is that having a bad bounce? I go to reserve. So far, things looking very strong for her. Both representing the same brand in terms of the racket for those curious. Tecafiber. And a nice shot from up close from the rail. Straight drive. 5, serving 9. Stefanoni utilizing more of a controlled grip or an even balance of it. Heichel, despite the high choke up on the racket, for more control, missing the swing. 6, serving 9. There you see it there on the yellow handle. Stefanoni's hold. And off the tin, Stefanoni having a good chance here. 2 consecutive points. And a chance to close up the pressure. And a great counter drop. Stefanoni within 1, a chance to tie game 1 early in this match here. Struggling early. And Heichel trying to get to it, can't. 9 all. Great slide to extend the point initially, but not getting the right angle there. Tempting the post. Oh, and some troubles for Stefanoni in the corner. Game ball in turn going to Heichel. Stefanoni not able to get to it. And game one, seeing a comeback from Stefanoni. Going to Heichel.
He's going to commentate with you, okay? This is Usman.
So 1-love is the advantage for Heichel over Stefanoni. Usman Khan now joining once again alongside earlier on in this tournament. Welcome back. Your thoughts on game one?
Hello, Justin. Yeah, seems like it was a good game. It's very close. It's still anybody's match. We were talking about predictions for this match, me and a couple of friends, and I remember Marina being a very solid player in juniors, so we were favoring her, but Noor definitely put up a fight here, so I'm very interested in this match.
Yeah, Stefanoni, very, very stellar for career in the junior ranks, obviously, as you mentioned. Multiple times a junior champion, youngest person to win at her level at 13 years old. But Heichel in particular talked about it a little bit after her previous matchup, having that experience already, winning on the tour, in fact, despite being younger than Stefanoni. But this is the highest in terms of the tallies for the Challenger Tour for her at the 9K level here for this tournament.
Interesting.
So, in turn, what would you adjust here? Or what do you expect in turn, I should rather say, for game two?
I mean, both players are really good, and since it's a final, they're not gonna let go of the gas here. Like, they're gonna keep pushing. So it's still anybody's match. 11-9 is such a close game, and both players are gonna be fighting. So there's nothing much I can really say prediction-wise.
So we're just about set for game two. 11-9, Heichel. So she'll start with serve from the right service box to begin. Love all. And we're set and ready for game number two. And no let. 1-love. Stefanoni. And right to the tin. 2-love, and things looking good for the Harvard Crimson player.
Yeah, early lead. Definitely a comforting start. Takes the nerves off a bit. Oh, great shot to the back.
And more troubles to the backside. 1 serving 2.
Oh, a little slip. Hopefully everything's okay. You can see that tape there in the ankle, so she's struggling there a bit.
And her competitor checking on Heichel. 3 serving 1. Looking at the replay.
Yeah, she's taking a couple seconds just to walk it off. I think she's going to get ready for the serve now. I think she's all good.
Now, this did come up originally earlier on in the tournament. There is the chance players can have to go to the back room and see the physio side, see if they can work things up, but it requires the sacrifice of the game, but also a 2-minute time to get things together. Heichel, though, right to the point.
Yeah. First, you get a 3-minute break.
Yes.
Without losing the game, and if
Correct.
after that you still need more time, then you can drop a game, and then if it's still too bad, then you may lose the match.
Okay. So first explanation, missed the first step. It's very important to make sure step one's there.
Yeah, for sure.
Taking a look at steps.
Great shot.
Stefan Oni, 4-2. And Stefan Oni not getting the point there, so it's Heichel with the serve, 3 serving 4.
Great post in the front.
Stefan Oni can't get the volley.
One thing I noticed with Heichel, she plays at a very high pace. She hits that ball really hard, and sometimes that's really hard to keep up with, especially if you do that for 5 games straight. It's something you need to be well prepared for, and I bet Marina's ready for that.
And yes, led as Heichel nearly picking up Stefan Oni for a second. Now she'll serve for the left service box. And quickly the points circulating. Heichel with serve, 5 serving 4. And Heichel trying to get to it. 5-all, Stefan Oni as a result there.
Oh, great counter drop. Tight to the wall. If it was any looser, stroke would have been given, but, the quality was there.
Counter drops come up a lot in this matchup already.
Yeah, it's a great shot. I mean, it's safe and it adds pressure to your opponent without too much risk, and that's exactly what you're looking for.
So it's 7-5, not 792. But Stefan Oni.
Whoa, Heikel's crushing Marina here.
And off the 10.
Clipping the 10.
8 serving 5. And again, 6 serving 8. Things going Heichel's direction.
Oh, that's a great volley. She knew she had a good drive, and she was just ready for that loose ball.
Coming on the strike drive as well for the Nick. 7 serving 8. And Heichel making almost what we've seen in the first game. One player starts up strong, the other comes back quick.
Yeah, and we've had this conversation before. The game's 7-all, 8-7. Say it's anybody's game, and the player who's playing better at the time ends up taking it. Maybe they're less tired, maybe they're super focused. Any sort of little drop off at this point of the game can cost it.
And into the 10 goes Heichel, not happy there. Game ball, Stefan Oni with a chance to even things up at 1 quickly here. And now rattling around to the 10. No.
The ref deeming it down. It looked good to me, but maybe it did clip the 10.
And it looked like there was some hesitation from them both there originally on that discussion, but it is still Stefan Oni point. 1-1.
Yeah.
And as you can see, going to her sister Lucy to be able to discuss things in right in the heart of the grandstands.
Yeah, I guess she's just enjoying the crowd, I guess, wants to feel a part of it.
And
I think she's talking to a couple people in the crowd, too. They're all saying good game.
So, in turn, you can tell, though, the Stefanonis, you can see them a bit on the upper angle on this freeze frame for a second. They, in the midst of that, keep in mind, have done this much of the tournament. When they've been playing here at the Devonshire Mall the past couple days, they usually have stuck around the whole way, both very eager to keep an eye on their opponents, but also squashing them amongst themselves. After all, it's a very strong squash family in their family history.
Yeah, both sisters I think play really well, and both made semis, which is not easy to do. So, that's very impressive from the sisters.
Indeed, and keep in mind the younger of the sisters, Lucy, picking up awards at the high school level just this past March. Expected to join her at Harvard University this upcoming fall. But now, game 3.
Yeah.
So far, even going.
Yeah, like I said, that first game, even though Noor took it, it was so close that you can't really say who's going to win the match.
Okay, your prediction?
My prediction, they're 1-1. Like, what can you say?
Well, you just said your friends predicted who may win.
My friends predicted that Marina was going to win.
Okay.
I personally struggle against players who hit the ball at a high pace for 5 games straight. So if Hakel can do that for the rest of the match, I think she might win it.
So just about ready. Stefanoni to serve for game 3. And it looks like I go ready. Stefanoni to serve. Love all. And we're ready to go. Back it away. Yes, let. Redo the point. Love all.
Great shot from such a weird position, too.
Attempting the counter drops again.
Great. Yeah, that counter drop is just so effective.
1 love. High call. And again, quickly for Heichel to love as the ball gets thrown and bounces off of her.
This is very high-paced squash.
A bit back and forth in the rally now.
Oh, interesting. I felt like she had space to play that. Maybe not.
3 love high call. And let's take a look here because thought the same for a second. Yeah.
But no complaints from Marina, so I guess maybe she thought it was a stroke as well. Great get. Wow. Just couldn't back it up.
At a great point. Marina Stefanoni. Retaking serve, 1 serving 3.
Oh, nice boast. It's always so frustrating when you're ready for the drive and then your opponent hits that boast and you're just not ready for it.
just above the tin in turn, yes. Chance to even it back up here. 2 serving 3. Off the bounce. 3 all Stefanoni, 3 consecutive points. Stefanoni from close.
Now, one of the risks of, playing high-paced squash where you're hitting that ball hard is that if your opponent can absorb everything, then you're just tiring yourself out. And so, maybe Marina just needs to play a game or two where she just, keeps just getting that ball back, and that'll just tire Hakel out. So maybe that's what her plan is here.
4 all though for Hakel. Played along left side. And called out. 5 serving 4. Hakel from the left service box. Out. And 5 all again, evened up in this. Neither side really giving in. Let's take a look.
Yeah, both players are putting up a fight here. Nobody wants to lose, obviously.
And the point played quickly, by the way, in live action. A hit to the tin. 6 serving 5, Stefanoni. And Stefanoni
Great
again,
shot.
straight drive. 7-5. As you said, great shot.
Yeah. She's looking a lot more confident this middle part of the game. Yeah, she's taking the lead here. It seems like things have stepped off for Hakel, and Stefanoni's realized that, and she's just putting on the pressure.
8-5, Stefanoni. Establishing the length. And a claim to the tin.
I think that's about 3 or 4 points where she's lost with that burst, right? Just
Yeah.
the middle of the tin. She's trying to hit it from weird positions too, like in the back of the court, off the volley. It's not working for her.
So Stefanoni looking to get herself set up to get to game ball point. And Stefanoni again on the straight drive.
Yeah, Noor's just stuck in the back, and then once Marina gets that opportunity, she just puts that ball away almost instantly.
Looking for back-to-back game balls clinched. And out, bottom tin, 11-5, Stefanoni. And 2 games to 1. She's just 1 game away from picking up another PSA Challenger Tour win, the #1 seed. Your thoughts after 3?
Yeah, I mean, Stefanoni looks so confident in that game. She was building her length, and when she got that opportunity, she just put that ball away. Almost no errors, I believe, on her end, and just solid squash. If she keeps that up in the fourth, then I think that'll just be the match.
So far, 27 minutes into the matchup for those curious, each one under 10 minutes. But again, you mentioned Heiko a bit. What do you think's going through her mind here as she gets ready for this one? Coaches already discussing things, in fact, with Heiko right now.
I mean, she's being a little outplayed here right now, and maybe she needs to, build that length a little bit more, stop trying to be so aggressive right off the get-go, and, maybe wait for the opportunity to just put that pressure on instead of going for it right away.
Heiko, for reference, has 3 coaches available per her PSA registration. As there's a look at Stefanoni with her sister. You can almost see the differences. You have a discussion in one corner, you have just the contemplation in the grandstands in the other, surrounded by about 3-4 rows worth of fans.
Yeah.
And some of the various fellow volunteers who are also in the grandstands right on behind for the Windsor squash community.
Yeah, I haven't yet to see any of the players sit in the midst of all the fans during their break, but I guess she just wants to hop on court right away. She's just ready to go.
There she goes, straight to the court.
I don't think she spoke a word to her sister either. I think she just she knew what she has to do.
Is that more of an understanding, you think, in that case, or is that just there's
Yeah.
nothing to say?
Maybe they just gave each other a nod, and she sat down in silence for a couple of seconds.
Changes person to person, right? But Stefanoni has the serve, looking to not have anything changed momentum-wise. 2-1. Stefanoni to serve. Love all, and now she's talking back and forth with Lucy.
She's like, what did you say again, sorry?
Back on her way. And Heiko with the screen.
Yeah, she's trying to pump herself up here, get the engines going.
One love, Heiko. And off the post. And a clay
right
to the tin.
That definitely hurt. Stung a little bit.
1-all. And out called by the official up along that left tape. Heiko serves.
Great weight to the back of the court.
And back and forth, 2-all now in game 4. Oh, and the hard slam from tight. Yes.
Great shot.
A straight kill from very tight up. Heiko with the serve, 3-2.
Yeah, definitely looking. She's looking a little bit more lively this game, trying to fight back, take the match to 5. They are slamming that ball. Oh, great deception.
And on the deception point, 3-all. Now, one thing to note, take a look at position of the hand racket. or the hands on the racket rather. If you notice, Stefanoni has moved down from the middle of the hold to the bottom of the hold for more power. Here's some power there.
Yeah, the grip is always changing throughout the rally. Sometimes even, depends on what shot you're trying to hit.
And again, heard a clattering at the corner. 4 serving 3. Heichel. But as you say, that the one thing I've noticed, Heichel's has not moved much, if at all. She's held that middle of the racket, not top of the racket, every single shot. There's the bounce to the tin.
You have a good eye. I don't notice these things.
Looking for control for the serve. 5-3.
Oh, crucial point and right into the tin.
4 serving 5.
Oh, good effort.
That's a second slide towards the ankle, this time against the right side wall.
Yeah, that movement is so hard on the ankles. I know firsthand. I do not like doing those moves. Oh my God, you can just see the stress there.
5-all. Stefanoni serving.
I believe that went into the tin.
Yes. 6-5. Stefanoni. Slam close. Again, lots of attempts at the kills today.
Yeah, I've noticed Marina has a great forehand when it comes to the kills. She puts that ball away really nicely.
In turn, it's got her a 2-point cushion. Here's a look at the clip.
Well, there it was a drop, but still really good on the forehand.
Yes. Heichel raised the hand.
Now, are we going to see a fight back from Heichel? Is she going to give everything she's got in this game?
6 serving 7.
Oh, that is an amazing shot. Wow. That takes a lot of skill to do. I'm going to see it on the replay. In almost a weird position, too. Look at a little bit of topspin. Nice. That's great.
And Stefanoni 3 points away from victory. And a claim to the tin again.
Yeah, it just seems like Stefanoni's creeping away with this match. She's played very solid these last few games.
Just 2 points away. Heichel, the jump. Yes, left.
A little bit of interference there. No harm done.
Stefanoni to reserve. Nicely done.
She really likes going for that bow side down. She's hit a lot. She's gone for a lot of those.
A lot of cross-court angles. but still down by 2. Oh, and high call. Can't get to it.
Just giving everything she's got on court. She's putting up a fight. It's good to see.
Match ball coming after the great effort. Again, the 3rd time having a sprawl like that.
Yeah, I mean, that takes a lot of physicality to do. It's very impressive.
This for the match.
Will Hakel fight these game balls?
Still match ball. So after point awarded from the tee. Yes, let.
The heart probably stopped for Hakel, thinking that the stroke would have ended the match.
Put her back up in time there. She'll reserve. Still match ball. Stefanoni. Out called. And that's it. Stefanoni, the #1 seed, gets it done and wins the Windsor City Open on the PSA Challengers Tour.
What a match. What a showcase of her skill. That was very impressive.
And straight towards the celebration, immediately congratulating the official on a well-done match. And now a chance to be able to talk to the faithful. Let's listen in. Thank you. As the Q&A session continues on here, and some of the congratulations going her way. Reminder that the Windsor Cup finale coming up in just a bit. Tarek Moment, Yusuf Suleiman, set to start approximately 3 p.m. Conclusion of this matchup, conclusion of the celebrations here in the Rose City. When it comes to Marina Stefanoni, for her, it is her 9th time in a final and her 7th with the title.
You don't have to talk about this. Just take a break, Justin. Just say we'll be back in a moment.
Back in just a moment with Marina Stefanoni.
Take a breather. We'll get to the interview. See, I don't want him to show that interview and then you come and do the same interview. I want us to be.
The rules of the game. We're going to start with the group on the sidewall over here, and we'll ask them a question. So we're going to ask everyone over here a question, and it's for everyone who's not a PSA player or an official to answer. So stay tuned, everyone here.
So Marina Stefanoni once again picking up the championship for the Windsor City Open, her 7th career title, the PSA Challenger Tour. Very strong performance to be able to get it done today, to be able to get herself into this spot, to be able to win as the number 1 seed, to be able to come back after losing the first game in the matchup. So Marina Stefanoni now joining us here at the commentators table, now as a champion of the Windsor City Open. Well, Marina, you've done it. You've picked up the Windsor City Open. What's going through your mind currently as you have won this year's title?
I'm just happy to fulfill my 1 seed. It was a good tournament. I had a couple tough matches. Nikki Todd, 5 games. Caroline Fouts, 3 love, but it was tight. And then this finals was 4 games, so just happy to be through.
Well, in your opinion, what was that difference, Mark, between you and Nord to be able to get this done especially after losing the first game?
I think I have a bit more experience on the Pro Tour. I've been playing for a little bit longer, I think, and I think stamina as well. I was able to just keep going, and she made more errors towards the end of the games, so I think that was the difference maker there.
To be exact on that, about 18 months the difference between the join dates of you and the tour, between her and yourself there. But now, what's the focus now like? Adding that 7th title on the PSA Challenger Tour, very successful, still have Harvard coming up, still working on the economics degree for 2024. What's up for you? What's coming up?
My next big thing is going to be my college season. I'll be a senior, so I have 1 more year. And then hopefully I'm going to play pro full-time after that and hopefully make it to bigger stage tournaments and keep doing well. So, yeah.
Well, you're definitely on the road to that. Congratulations once again on the victory today.
Thank you.
Marina Stefanoni coming away as the women's champion for this year's edition of the Windsor City Open. Hi, Cole. Getting some congratulations currently you here on court at the moment as part of this year's medal presentation for the Women's Championship. When we come back, it's the final of the championship action. For the Windsor Cup, it's Momin and Soliman, the 1 and 2 seeds, number 9 and 12 in the world respectively, to start the PSA World Tour. Who wins the first bronze medal and level event of 2023-24? Find out here from Temperature Mall in just a bit. And now it's on to see who wins the 2023 edition of the Windsor Cup, the men's championship final, here on coverage produced live by We Digital. Justin Prince with you as we get set to begin what's been a very stellar run up to battle for this championship. Tariq Momin, Yusuf Solomon, a chance to be able to come away with victory here today, the top 2 seeds in this year's tournament. Christian Lindo joining alongside as we get set to go here. Tariq Momin, the former world champion, number 9 in the world, number 1 seeded, looking to advance here, the Viper, with a chance to win for the first time in more than 3 years.
Yeah, it should be a very good one. Both players very competitive. They've looked very strong throughout this tournament, both of them. I believe not dropping a game, at least for Tariq. I'm pretty sure Solomon has not dropped a game either, so not quite sure how this one's going to go.
Neither of them have dropped matchups so far. In fact, when it comes to yesterday's semifinal against Mohammed Al-Shabini, Momin ended up winning in 2 games due to an injury retirement. Yusuf Solomon, meanwhile, number 12 in the world, 26 years old, looking for title number 10 in his career, and looking to see if today's the chance to get his first win ever against Momin. He's 0 for 7.
0 for 7. That is a big task today then, if they played 7 times and we couldn't pull out. So this is definitely a big one for him, considering the history between the two. So it'll just give him even more drive to try to beat Momin here today.
So today, Solomon will be in the blue, red for Momin. And when it comes to the play styles, how do you see this matching up between these two? Of course, lots of familiarity, but now it's the matter of how does this one play out?
Yeah, for sure. I know Momin loves that backhand drop, but Solomon, though, the movement is definitely on his side here. Both very smooth movers and both very good in their own rights on the spots on the court. So I think it'll be very interesting to see how these two play against each other.
Perhaps the last time they played each other was in the Motor City, in fact, at the Sturbridge Capital Motor City Open this past February. 3-1 was that difference. That going, of course, the way of Momin in 61 minutes. Just one time, though, in their previous appearances, it's gone to just straight games. We'll see what happens today. On the note of today, We Digital Productions would like to congratulate the organizing committee for their stellar work on the 2023 Windsor Cup Squash Tournament. Congratulations to the players that participated in this event. Hard work and commitment to the sport. We Digital is honored to be partnered with the local organizing community and committee in covering this tournament for the 2nd year. We look forward to live streaming future events. Continued success to PSA World Tour, provided player information and live scoring. Finally, thank you to all our viewers who watch this event on YouTube. From WeDigital.ca, the live stream facilitator, the 2023 edition of the Windsor Cup. Getting ourselves prepared in the midst of the final seconds of warm-up. 1 minute to do so. I'll ask this prediction. Who do you think is going to have the shot to win the title? Is it Momin for the first time in a few years, or is it Solomon who adds to his repertoire at 26?
Yeah, like I said, both players not really having a lot of squash to have to be played, all winning all their games in straight sets, but I still think Tariq will definitely take this one. I think it'll be a 3-1 victory to Tariq. Just I think he'll be playing the one playing a little bit cleaner squash here. So I think he'll just be putting the pressure on Solomon in this one.
Well, that's been the trend, and that is a very solid prediction, potentially because 6 of those 7 matchups did go 3-1. So it just so happens to be the trend. Following the trends, the trend maestro.
Yeah, but you never know. Solomon here, he could just he could break that trend, maybe making it 3-2, or he might take it. You never know about squash. It's hard to know who's gonna win. One player could have their greatest match of their life, and it could just turn just like that.
Of those matchups, 2 of 7, Solomon won in game 1. It's part of those 4-game matchups. Almost set and ready to go for today's action. It's the second final of the calendar year when it comes to the way of Solomon. Previously, the CCL Championships of 2023, taking on Kareem Karan for that title, losing in 34 minutes. For Tariq Momin, in the final for the first time since the Black Ball Squash Open, losing to Mohamed Al-Shabaki in straight sets then. And all of this as well, they have the tournament in a couple weeks too to prepare for in Paris, part of the Platinum Tour. So a busy start to the season.
Yeah, for sure. But I think both players they're going to want to start off the season with a win. That is also like for the PSA points. It's always good to get some points early on in the season, especially because this one is the home opener. So this is the biggest tournament points-wise this season. So yeah, definitely a win from either one of them is going to be really good for the momentum going into the Paris, as that is also one of the biggest tournaments.
So the doors are closed to the Jonathan Power Court. The match is almost open. Towel racks now set up. Momin burning both their towels. This is for the Windsor Cup. Tariq Momin to receive, to start. So the number 12 of the world, Yusuf Solomon, starts us off. We're underway. Start for the back wall.
Yeah,
One love.
Beautiful dying length there for a moment. Just getting a wide enough pass to the reach of Solomon and having a great weight on that shot, just dying in the back.
Keep in mind when it comes to these two, well, the points have come quick in both their matchups. Usually the rallies have gone fairly long in length.
Yeah, both really experienced players, so you'll definitely be seeing a lot longer rallies, I think, between these two. Not a lot of mistakes, hopefully, coming from both sides.
Klein of the 10.
Wow, every time.
Seriously, it's a magic trick.
And maybe, I don't know. It seems like every time I say not a lot of mistakes are going to happen. Mistakes seem to come rolling in every time. So.
1-all.
Oh, and there we go again.
Off the top of the 10. 2 serving 1.
Very rare miss from Solomon, especially in that left-hand corner. He was looking very good all tournament in that part of the court. So see how he plays that game today.
Arm at the lane. Back along to the other side this time. No let called.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with that one, to be honest with you. Momin was pretty far to that right side. We'll take a look at it one more time. Yeah, plenty of space there, I think, to go play that ball.
So 3 serving 1, Momin starting off strong.
A lot of the times when the players go straight to the other person, the ref wants them to try to look for the ball a little bit more, so I think that's where the stroke came from.
Simon again troubles. 4 serving 1. By the way, the sunshine started off the day on the left side of the court. Then no sunshine for the women's matchup. It's back in full force for the right service box.
Yeah, definitely some sunny patches on that right side.
Speaking of patches there, some troubles there in it. 2 serving 4.
Both players winning some points off of the length early here. Great reactions there for a moment.
Rally continuing, nearly 2 minutes in this rally. Simon not able to get on the volley.
Yeah, tough boast there. Might have just mistimed it a little bit there. Couldn't quite get under that one.
3-point cushion early on. Been on the tour since 2005, 2014 for Simon.
Yeah, big difference in tour experience for sure. Solomon started a little bit later, but don't think that should have an effect here.
Yeah. 3 serving 5.
Tara going for the cross-court nick there, not getting it.
Close. Back to the length.
Both players really waiting for the their opportunity here. Don't want to make any mistakes.
Right into a mistake.
It's getting pretty bad now.
Right on cue. 4 serving 5 right there. Solomon within 1 once again. And this time it rolls to the 10. 6-4 moment.
Both players just going hard onto that length for sure. A lot of points, just players not able to get to that length. It's just too tight.
And that one rolling. 5 serving 6 Solomon getting the credit for the point with the call for the official there. And still trying to establish length. And out it goes, and the ball is now in the grandstands. And back into the Jonathan Power court. 7-5 moment.
Yeah, just a great shot by Moman, putting Solomon under pressure. Forced to go with the lift there, but just overhits it just a little bit there.
And a stroke given.
Solomon, I think Solomon thinks he was cleared there.
Pleaded his case, but it's 8-5 moment.
Shot did come very loose. I don't know. I think he waited a little bit too long for that one to be a stroke, in my opinion, but it could have went either way there, let or stroke, so.
Straight drive attempts. And yes. Yes, let awarded. Replay the point there.
Yeah, yes, let there. Just middle of the court, once you turn like that, it's always going to be a let, just for safety. Don't want to be hitting Moment here. Yeah, ball coming loose straight back to Moment, so very obvious stroke there for Solomon.
Solomon in turn, quickly serving away. 6 serving 8 there. Back and forth for those just tuning in. This is the final matchup for the Windsor Cup. It's 2023 edition. The start of the PSA World Tour for the 2023-24 season.
Both players using the whole court on these rallies for sure. Tough movements here from both players.
Time it looks like one's ready to establish that length. They immediately shuffle it back to the right side. Boy, you can't say, I just like this one spot today.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're definitely using the whole court on all of these rallies.
And the Viper watches it go out, and for the second time today, the ball is in the grandstands.
Yeah, again, they're on that pickup. Solomon just a little too heavy on that lift. Putting a little bit too much power on there.
9 serving 6, as that one went into row 2. For those keeping score at home, we've had at least 2 or 3 balls go to stores. At least one jump along the hallway and go down 7 stores. And a couple on top of the Jonathan Power court. Moment can't believe the call there.
I'm not quite sure what he's disputing there. I'm pretty sure the ball almost hit him. It was so close to him. So I do believe that one is a stroke. Let's take another look, though. Yeah, that's a pretty clear stroke. Way too close to Tarek for Solomon to be swinging at that one.
7 serving 9. Establishing length.
Both players very patient, taking it to the front on this rally. As I say that, they take it right to the front, and just too tight there from Moment on that drop. Solomon just forced to try to lift in. He just went straight right back into him, so tough shot there.
And in turn, this is the game ball for Moment. To the right, back to left to establish length.
And definitely a longer rally so far here. Great pickup by Solomon.
And hearing let, part of the call. And it is yes let.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I don't know if the ball rolled like perfectly there, so where it bounced twice. I'm not quite sure about that one, Justin.
It did go between them. They've called some yes lets on that.
I feel like if Solomon were to hit the ball, he would have had to hit it on the forehand there, so he gets the let even though he showed that he was going to hit it on the backhand. But Moment doesn't seem like he's flustered by that call. Seems like it was the right one.
Well, now it's 8 serving 10. Still game ball. Still has a 2-point cushion.
Yeah, massive points here for Solomon. Great pick up there from Solomon.
They go shuffling. Neither side getting a chance to plant. Now it's established T in the moment. And Solomon throws the racket.
No let given there to Solomon. Not really happy about that one.
Let's take a look.
I don't know, that shot was pretty loose. It did bounce up a little bit there. Came right back to Moment, but...
Yeah. Well, they have given the game either way to Moment there. So, that's why Solomon has to be expected throwing the racket there to end the game. But again, have to be careful there because that has been a stroke penalty in this tournament. Now Moment is up 1 game to love. Your thoughts after 1 game?
Very short game shorter than I was expected. I was expecting much longer rallies, especially in those back corners. But it seems like both players trying to push the short game a little bit early here. But pretty solid from both players there. Moment just getting the edge.
Keep in mind, Solomon did make it clear yesterday. Adjusting on the fly was critical to him getting the victory in straight sets to the youngster and Alasane. Now, what does he do to try and do that here against someone who, well, works and moves like a viper?
Yeah, a little bit harder here. Not saying Alasane is worse by any means than Moment, but just a complete different player with a different play style here. I really think that he's got to just stay patient here and minimize the mistakes. Maybe go and play some of these balls more as the ref doesn't seem like it's going his way. So instead of asking for these lets, maybe going up and playing these balls, knowing that the strokes haven't been given his way.
So Solomon already warming up the ball. Still 15 seconds left on the clock as Moment makes his way in, up 1 game to love.
Yeah, both players don't seem to be too fatigued here after that first game, so hopefully get a nice energetic second one.
Let's find out. Moment goes down to track the ball to set us up for game number 2. That's best of 5. Again, prior to today, their matchup averages in terms of time, if you look towards that direction, around the 30-minute mark. We're already halfway to that point after 1 game, to be expected with them being very tightly contested. Let's see if the trends continue. If Solomon can make that trend, well, part of that part of the prediction to try and force a 4th game at minimum. We're underway.
Solomon gesturing that the ball is out there. Close, very close. Doesn't seem like the ref thinks it was out though.
Still keeping going.
Both players trying to get to the ball as early as they can, using that volley to their advantage.
Very lengthy rally to start. There it is, Moment.
Yeah, Solomon leaving that one a little loose there. Moment just pushes it to the back, and Solomon's a little up top there in front of the tee. Couldn't get to one of the to the back.
1 love. Now to the left service box. Moment. Solomon close on the initial drop attempt. Moment again, one of his strengths all tournament. The recoveries whenever it looks like a set point. He recovers right there immediately on the bounce.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely been an outstanding part of Moment's game this tournament, for sure. Just able to just get rid of that pressure.
And that time to the tin, maybe.
I don't think so,
No,
but
to love, they say just above the red line. It looked to be maybe on, if not on the black.
yeah, to me that looked down. Let's see in the slow-mo replay, though. No,
Yeah.
it was good, I think.
By maybe a tenth of an inch.
Yeah, I think looking at the replay there, I think it was good, actually.
It was tight.
Yeah, very close one, though. But no dispute from Solomon, so I'm sure from where his view was, he would have said something if it looked down. Yeah, just too tight. That left hand drop there from Moment, just tight every time. That's one of his strengths for sure, especially on the volley. His drops in general, though, very smooth. For sure, one of the better drop shots on the tour.
So 3-love in the advantage for Moment. See the clip. Simon not able to get to it on the drop. Back it away.
Good pick up there for a moment. Just Solomon guessing wrong there. Leaves it a little loose up in the front, and you can't be giving those to Moment. He'll just punish you for sure.
So Moment with the 4-point advantage very quickly in game 2.
Another fast start for Moment here in this second game.
And out.
Beautiful winner there from Moment. Just getting under that ball and hitting a kill that ends up going to the neck, actually, and rolling. So that's a beautiful shot there.
And so I'm in more trouble now in the back, and Moment has everything going his way now. 6-love.
Yeah, 6-love. Definitely the momentum all for Moment right now. Not much on the side of Solomon. We'll see what he does to try to recover here.
Well, that time it was gold red.
Yeah, frustrating one for Moment. Just makes the error there. Couldn't quite get it on the racket, so Solomon's going to take that one.
One for a moment here in game 2. And stroke, Moment. And Solomon down big.
Yeah, Solomon just getting a verbal warning there from the ref, not an official warning, to keep the racket in his hand and to not throw it. I'm not quite sure about that one. I believe it was a stroke, but it looked like Tarek was already at the ball ready to hit it, so I'm not quite sure. I guess he thinks Solomon was in the way.
And out. And you can almost see Solomon trying to take a breath, calm down. You see the hand motion even.
Yeah, definitely a frustrating one for Solomon. Seems like every time Solomon has Moment under pressure, he just gives it right back. Pressure just swaps almost. Moment just looks really comfortable so far.
Breaking along from near back to the far.
Oh, beautiful volley backhand drop from Moment. Honestly, the Moment staple shot. As they mentioned in the on-court interview, he said he gets on court, his favorite solo is just to feed himself those backhand volley drops. So definitely no surprise there.
1, Moment.
Goes for the backhand volley drop there.
Ready.
Good stroke given there to Solomon.
Simon does get it. That call before it even finished hitting the 10, it looked like. Some great shots now as they establish the length again.
Yeah, great pressure from Moment, but not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what the argument is here again.
3:39, Solomon getting the point. Do you say here?
It didn't look like Solomon was really ready to hit the ball there. Kind of went last minute. I think that's what probably Moment was arguing with the ref, but once again that ball was very, very loose and close to himself. So I could see how that one's going to be stroked. Problem Moment here, I don't really want a warning, especially 9-3 up. And there it is, conduct warning for Mr. Moment.
So 3 serving 9.
Yeah, for those of you at home that don't know, if you're after the warning, it's you get a point deduction, or sorry, addition to the other opponent. Sorry.
Yes.
4-9. Maybe Moment getting a little frustrated here. But like we said before, when you have that big of a cushion, you just gotta stay calm and try to close it out.
Not the time for that, even with the cushion. We've seen collapses today already, as high as 6 points. Establishing length.
There you go. Some good length from both players. Very tight to that side wall. Solomon now putting the pressure on Moment a little bit here.
The lob. Back tight on the drop.
Solomon not able to get that, just too tight on the drop. Didn't necessarily go short, it kind of came back towards that top of the service box, but it was still just too tight to recover there from Solomon.
Game ball, Moment.
Moment. 6 game balls here.
Playing, but it's just above the 10.
So, sorry, 5-10 from Solomon. So let's see if he can get 5 more points here. Push it to 10-all.
That one bounces 11-5. Solomon walks out, down 2-love to Moment. And Moment just 1 game away from his first tournament win in a while. And he's already discussing things with the official.
I'm not quite sure what he's talking about with the official. Especially when you're up 9-3, I don't know.
That's with the microphone off. Obviously, this is supposed to be when, you regroup. Obviously, this is a choice. So what does Solomon have going as he is regrouping compared to this?
Maybe a Moment here is a little flustered mentally. If I'm Solomon, I want to use this to my advantage. You definitely want to be staying calm here if you're Moment. You are 2-love up, so you want to use that as an advantage, not get mad and lose that 2-love advantage. So I think Solomon here needs to just clean up the length a little bit and try to get Moment under some more pressuring situations. And if I'm Solomon, I definitely want to start off with a lead in this 3rd game. I don't want to be going down big like he did. I think it was 6-love around before he got a point.
It took a long while. 6-1 at one point was the score. So, Moment, close.
Still 30 seconds left for Moment before he has to get on court.
to be able to do so here. Dark Moment. One-time world champion, the 35-year-old. Just a few seconds away from getting back to play. So just about ready.
Just like to point out this great crowd here for the final. Bleachers are full and a lot of people also sitting on both sides of the court. So you love to see people coming out for such a spectacular final. Maybe a little shorter than some people would have imagined so far.
So Moment up 2 games to love. Just a few weeks ago, he described last campaign as being one of the most challenging seasons he ever had to go through. He has a chance to be able to start off the new season on the right foot. Game 3 underway.
Yeah, I think Moment yesterday said on court that I don't think he said he didn't have the best season or like the season he wanted to have last season. So obviously for him, if he thinks that it didn't go as well last season, this is a great way to start off the new season for sure. So both players being able to start off fresh here as they get into the new season.
One love to start things off. There's that lead you talked about, Solomon starts with it.
Yeah, one love though, not much of a cushion. So Solomon gonna want to extend this one for sure. Oh, good recovery from Solomon. That back wall post is being used a lot. On Moment, tries to go for the volley there. Just both feet just next to each other, off balance there. Couldn't get the racket on it fully. So 2 love to Solomon.
Solomon starting off solid. Can he turn it into solid momentum? Neither side establishing a preferred side until now with the length.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of cross courts being hit, like you said. You think they're going to start building on that one side, and then all of a sudden they just switch it out of nowhere with either the post or the cross court. So not as much rallying as you would think.
Well, that time from the play up close establishes Moment's first point. 1 serving 2.
Yeah, that's the only thing about leaving those drops a little loose, as you see here. It just comes out towards the middle of the court, and it just gave Moment way too much space to hit the ball.
So you think it might be a counter drop? It's a power hit to the back.
Yeah, especially for Moment. He'll really hold his racket on that ball to show you all the options, and then maybe you'll be expecting a drop and he'll just whip it across the court. So Moment definitely one of the better players at doing that for sure.
Moment trying to react quick, keeping Solomon dancing.
Yeah, Solomon getting pressure to the back of the court here, but still great pickups from him.
Again, going back to the drops. And another change of angle. And now he's talking back and forth.
Solomon believing that ball is down. I think he wants a let, but ref's saying the ball is good. Solomon not believing it.
So Moment discussing things. And they've had to remind some fans to remain seated as play is in progress.
I believe they're playing a let here. I think Moment said he'd be all right with playing a let, as both players, or as Solomon wasn't convinced it was down. So that's great sportsmanship there from Moment. Yeah, 1-2 is still the score, so they will be playing a let on that one, although the ref said the ball was good. And as the official said, you definitely don't want people walking around middle of the rally, because it can be a bit distracting when they're that close to the court.
With that, 2-all regardless, Moment with the serve.
Yeah, Moment gets the point back, 100% sure this time.
yes, let.
Solomon, I think lucky he didn't get the stroke there because that was a very loose shot to the middle. But just ducking away to force the let ball instead.
Both of them on the tee nearly at the time as we get back to the replay of the point.
It seems like both players sitting pretty far back on the tee, especially while that length is being played. But they're just so fast, it doesn't really matter. Oh, beautiful drop there from Solomon, just rolling. Moment leaving it a little loose in the middle, and Solomon was already there, so just put that one away there. Great shot.
So 3 serving 2. Here's a look.
See Moment, yeah, just not wide enough at all. And Solomon, not much pressure, so he just puts it right where he wanted it to go.
Uptime again on the drops.
Oh, beautiful lift there. From such a low shot, these players just flick the wrist and the ball lifts to the back of the court. Oh, good recovery from Momin. Yeah, no leg given. I'm going to have to agree with that one, Justin.
Yep. Look for Momin, but it's Solomon getting the point as a result of the no let.
Let's take another look, though. Yeah, ball was there's a bunch of space to go and play that ball there, so I think the ref really wanting both players to look for the ball and not the player here.
That one clattering. And now 5 serving 2, Solomon.
Yeah, one of Solomon's, I think, the biggest lead he's had so far in this one. 3-point lead. Let's see if he takes advantage, though.
It's going to be a lot of points to go his direction to be able to even things up at 2 apiece in games.
There's that backhand drop from him. You see Moment, it just plays the ball instead of asking for the let there, although Solomon was pretty close. Yeah, stroke to Moment.
Yep, Moment indeed getting the point. 3 serving 5. So Moment retaking the serve. Now a chance to swing the momentum back here.
Yeah, Solomon's drop just hit the sidewall there, coming right back to the middle. We've seen it time and time again when the ball's mishit and it comes back to the middle. It's really hard to move away from the ball coming straight back to you. So definitely a stroke there. No arguments from Solomon.
Yep. Backing away.
The thing you can notice about these two players is none of them really go for those outright winners, even when the ball is loose. They go for those more safe shots they know they won't lose on, even if they do miss it a little bit.
And a yes let called, meanwhile.
Seems like Momin was looking for the yes let there. I think he could have went up and played that ball, which I think the ref wants him to do by just giving him the let. Let's see again now. Yeah. Solomon was pretty far left there away from the ball, but could go either way. But Solomon gets the point back the next one anyways.
6-3.
It's again another 3-point lead from Solomon. So far in this game, he's in more control of these rallies. Utilizing the lob a lot this one.
Another yes let called.
That one was close because Solomon really awkward to leave the ball there, going towards the sidewall instead of towards the tee, which could be very dangerous. Let's see again though. I don't know. I think I might have given I might personally give a stroke on that one because how close he was to the ball. But I think the official really wants both players to go and play the ball. He wants to see more squash being played.
And Solomon sees a yes let. Moment.
Yes let. Moment. Seems like the shot was good enough to be a no let.
And both of them.
Both of them don't agree.
So they'll replay the point once more. 6-3.
And those are the tough ones when one player wants a stroke, the other player wants a no let. So both players just playing in the moment though, so they're always gonna think that they're right, obviously. Never gonna go against yourself. Oh, beautiful back, or drop from the back, sorry. But great recovery from Moment. Like you said, just such a good player when it comes to retrieving the ball and putting it in an even better spot.
7-3 Solomon, meanwhile.
Here we go. Solomon building some momentum here. Biggest lead of the match so far, 4 points. Great retrieval from both players.
Working back to establish length on the left side. Back to the right.
Oh,
And
yes.
you see it right there, just off the 10.
Yeah, top of the 10. Pretty easy to tell when it hits the 10, especially when those balls just bounce straight up like this one did. Boop. Go straight up.
All the way up to the serve line.
I think Moman's maybe a little bit flustered mentally, especially the talk he had with the ref. I'm not quite sure what it was about, but he didn't seem happy.
9-3 Solomon. And another hit to the 10.
That is, I believe that's 3 mistakes in a row.
Yeah.
The first 10, then that drop that bounced up, and then that one as well. So, yeah, and he just gives up the game there.
So he looks to regroup in game 4. Solomon trailing 2 games to 1 still to Moman.
For 11-3, that was a pretty long game. Great bounce back though from Solomon, just staying focused, not really letting anything get to him in that one.
Length really building up when it comes to the timing, as you just said. So now, game 4. It's either Solomon keeps this going, evens it up, or Moman recovers it and gets himself his first tournament win in a while.
Yeah, personally, I'd love to see a game 5. I think the crowd also wants as much squash as possible here, but I don't know, hoping for a longer 4th game, because a lot of these rallies aren't like as long as we've seen in these matches. So I thought between the two, especially 2 really experienced players, both would be really patient, but both players really going for the shots here.
Sunshine still peeking around Devon Charmel. You see some of the previous plays. We get set in the next 30 seconds. The 4th game of this championship final. Already this matchup surpassing all of the previous matchup times, by the way.
Yeah,
about 41 minutes so far.
Yeah, 45 seconds left, and Solomon's already on court hitting the ball. You don't see that a lot, especially in these later games, but I think he wants to just hurry up and continue the momentum from last game. Unfortunately, you can't force your opponent back on court. That's not how it works.
Yeah. Solomon's done this for each of the games so far. We wanted to make sure that ball is worked in.
So you got to think that Solomon's pretty okay physically if he's getting back on court with a minute. Clearly doesn't need the extra time there. Moment also coming on with about 10 seconds left, so let's hope to see another good game as both players look pretty fresh here still.
Several fans still making their way to the grandstands and to the courtside seating. Jonathan Power Court set up here in Windsor. Looks like we're ready to go. Solomon have serve. Underway.
The difference between this match too is that the mall is actually still open, so a bunch of people still walking around. Though those later matches, the mall was closed, so not as many people on those ones.
Attempt at the counter drop was Moman. Solomon gets the point.
Yeah, Moman's just clipped the top of the tin barely. It's pretty hard to see sometimes if those ones just went above or hit the line, so pretty clear for both players that one hit the tin. Oh, beautiful counter drop from Solomon.
To love Solomon.
Solomon again taking the early 2-love lead here. It's exactly what he needs though. Early on he needs to be putting the pressure on Tarek. Look how tight that volley drop was, but Solomon unfazed and put it even tighter.
Solomon moving back again. Establish lane. again. 3 straight times for the drop.
Yeah, just a little loose there from Solomon. Moment's previous shot was a little tight. We'll see it again here. Yeah, just forced to just lift it wherever he could. And Moment with the cross court that's very low and fast, so Solomon unable to get that one.
So 2-1. And again, 2-all. Moment. Now starting a bit of a spark here.
And Moment coming back quick. That was a very fast 3 points there for Moment. Oh, doing the splits there to retrieve that one. Both players having to move all over the court. Not able to get that one though.
Not able to stretch to it indeed, trying to do the splits a bit. 3 serving 2, Solomon.
Let's take another look. Yeah, beautiful cross court there from Solomon low, just to make Moment hit it just wherever he could. So then he had a bunch of options there and chose that drop that was just too good for Moment to get. Doesn't seem like Solomon's worried about that volley drop though, as he uses the lift a lot, even on that backhand side. Which for most, I think they would be scared for a Moment to hit that volley drop. As it's probably one of his best shots, if not his best.
From left to right.
Solomon putting his hand up. I'm not sure what he was signaling there though.
Narrow deflection up, and Moment thought it may have won out. He seen going up.
Nah, the left was that was definitely in from our view at least.
Yeah.
Let's take another look maybe. Or is this the shot that hit the tin? I believe this is, yeah, his counter drop. That one definitely hitting the tin.
Yeah. So Solomon serves, 4 serving 2.
As fast as Moment got the tie back, he got the 2 points right back. So looking pretty solid here in this fourth. Well, that drop going pretty high though. Tight though.
And Solomon gets the point.
And no argument for Moment. Just when a shot's that tight and you kind of just need to hit it wherever. So if it comes back to you, it could just be trouble. So the show given there. Seems like that backhand side is what both players are preferring in this match so far. Not a lot of rallying on that right side. So maybe it's the sun or maybe it's just what both players prefer, but I think there's got to be more shots going into that corner.
And another stroke, back to back.
Yeah, this is where Solomon can get dangerous, just putting those drives tight enough to where when Moment hits it, it just comes out. So luck's not really on his side right now, but let's see. Yeah, just very tight to the wall and just pulls the shot out a little bit early and it comes right back to him. So Solomon looking pretty solid right now with that 6-2 lead.
And another one. Bit low, 7 serving 2.
7 serving 2, one of the biggest leads here. Rallies aren't the longest so far in this game, but Solomon's probably not too mad about it. There you go, this backhand length again. Oh, beautiful pickup. Yeah, but just leaves it in the middle for Tarek. Just plays it to the back there.
Moment needing to close. Momentum started all his way in the first 20 minutes or so of this match. Solomon for the past 20 plus minutes has been controlling things.
Yeah, definitely in control of this game, but if you're Solomon, you don't want to rush things for sure, because you definitely don't have this game secured by any means. Tarek can definitely make a run here.
There's the start of a chance of it.
Yeah, just lets out that roar, maybe trying to get himself a little pumped up here, try to make a comeback here in this fourth.
4 serving 7. Here's why Moment lets out the Viper War.
Oh yeah, That just seems like it's his shot so far in the tournament. When that ball's loose up in the front, he just rips it across court, bounces twice so fast.
Some tight drops.
Yes, let give in there. I think that one was the right call.
Yeah, both of them were starting to drop almost to their knees, trying to get the drop after counter drop.
Oh yeah, you're right. Both players getting very low on that one.
So, still 8 serving 4. And another shout comes out. 5 serving 8. Moment. Still 3 points back.
Yeah, 8-5 here. 3 points is not a lot of points, especially have we seen how fast they've turned the leads around in this one. So very dangerous still, Moment.
And the yes let called again. Moment trying to go around.
Yeah, ref really wants these players to go up and play these balls. I'm surprised Moment's still asking for these strikes, especially how he knows the ref's giving these calls. So we got longer rally in this fourth game.
And setting up some tough angles for Solomon. Kind of right after this one.
Beautiful rally so far from both players. Solomon first one to take it short.
Kind of see the game plan forming from Moment. And there it is.
Just too tight from Moment. Solomon unable to retrieve that backhand drop. Now is Moment getting a little bit of momentum here, kind of shutting down Yusuf's run.
Tries to go stretching out. Doesn't work. Let's go close. Let's drop it down.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely one of Moment's strong suits, like I said earlier on in the game. Continuing that trend in that short backhand game. Neither player is able to find the nick off the serve yet, although there have been a couple attempts.
And a yes let call again.
I think he just reminded him to make sure he moves off the ball, but I might have to agree with Solomon there. I thought he cleared pretty well. Let's take another look, though. He was pretty clear of the ball there.
Yeah.
It's almost like Moment moved into him.
But
These are the tough decisions you have to make as a referee. So.
And just to clarify, you mentioned the calls. Do you do refereeing yourself just for the?
I've definitely reffed a bunch of matches in my time, but I wouldn't say I'm a pro by any means. So obviously more experienced refs are reffing these games, but definitely have some knowledge on how lets and strokes works for sure.
Dealt with the knowledge throughout the tournament, but right now, Moment trying to get to it, couldn't.
Yeah, that shot was down for sure. Just hitting that nick. The nick is just, it's almost impossible to pick up when it rolls, right? Because the second bounce just comes so fast. Let's take another look, though. Yeah, just got on almost that third bounce there, so big point for Solomon. Just 2 more needed to close this match, or sorry, game out.
And 9-6 Solomon.
Oh, beautiful counter drop. Just couldn't pinch it there. 10-6 Solomon here.
So the game ball and a chance to come all the way back to even it up at 2 games apiece.
Doesn't get that, cross-court nick either.
And stroke.
Stroke
awarded.
given there. It's a big stroke.
Still game ball. Moment needs 3 straight to break the game ball.
Yeah, 3 more game balls from Solomon. You really got to stay composed here. Put everything you have, into all 3 of these points. Good use of height from Solomon. Great recovery again.
Solomon having to scramble a lot this match. Moment trying to go cross court nick. Trying to now just towards the edge of the nick.
What a beautiful shot there from Tarek. Almost looked like it hit the tin, but perfect shot there. Just a risky shot from the back, especially at a game ball like that. Oh yeah, right in the corner. Beautiful shot.
8 serving 10.
See if Solomon can close it out or if it goes to 10-all.
If it goes to 10-all, it'd be another massive momentum swing at a very critical time.
Oh yeah, 100%. The momentum would be in Moment's favor for sure. So Solomon going to try to close it out as soon as possible.
And a top
and there
point.
it is. Solomon with the big fist bump there.
Solomon holds on, and now we go to a 5th game to determine the Windsor Cup champion.
Couldn't be more fitting, Justin. A 5-gamer for the final is just exactly what the fans want to see. A bunch of people here watching this last game. Even the side views are getting full.
And this is the first time between these two in now 8 match appearances against each other. They've gone to 5 games. It's uncharted territory in terms of their matchup history. Now, how do you win it?
I don't know. Definitely the momentum in Solomon's favor. Tarek obviously going down after he was up 2 loves, so it's going to be tough for him, but Solomon needs to just keep playing the same game he's been playing to get these last 2, and definitely not one of these players should rush any of the points here.
So just moments away.
How long was the match so far?
So for reference, 14 minutes, the same amount of time for reference as the first game. 54 minutes already, 56 minutes once the break comes to a close. So, looking at about a 1-hour matchup to determine the champion for this year's tournament.
Yeah, definitely not a short match by any means. Still 45 seconds left for both players, but Solomon already back on court once again. That is crazy to see, and especially in a 5-game scenario. You'd think both players would be taking as much time as they get, even though you might not seem like you need it. You should definitely just take it, especially before you go into the last game, but Solomon just hitting.
And that is the trend we've seen throughout Solomon, throughout this tournament. But just one time over 7 previous matchups, these two going past 60 minutes. Just so happened to be the last time they were in the region in Detroit. Now, very likely we see that 2 consecutive times, 60 or more minutes, if not the longest matchup these two have had in their careers against one another. This is for the Windsor Cup. This is the game to determine the champion.
Yeah, everything on the line here. This is the game that matters the most for both these players.
So Solomon with serve, coming back from 2 love as they warm up the ball here.
So once again, my prediction being wrong. It hasn't seemed like I've had a very good luck here with these predictions, but it's a good thing for Solomon that I was wrong.
So now, a chance at a title. Game 5.
Solomon leaving it loose, but Tarek not able to play a winner there, so the rally continues. Ball looked out to me, but it seems like they'll play on.
Moment he's seen with the signal.
Not a fronting.
And now they're discussing about the previous ball, if it was too high up, as you noted there. That's what the discussion is here. Here's a look at what just triggered the stop there.
It seems like Moment kind of still had his arm out and almost hit him on the way to the ball, so I'm not quite sure about the call there, but I think if he wanted to, he could have played the ball. So I think that's a good decision, though. Another tough one, though.
It is a yes left.
No point award. Yeah.
The discussion between them was more so about the previous
shot before.
the shot before. Yes.
It was a very close one if it didn't go out, but from our angle, it did look like it touched the line. But unfortunately, we do have no say into what happens over there.
And trying to crisscross.
Well, contact there, but Solomon plays on. Both players not giving anything to work with.
Trying to go for drop after drop.
And there it is. First point to Solomon.
One love, Solomon.
Beautiful drop there, just hugging the sidewall. You gotta think how important the momentum is, especially early on here. You want to be the one with the lead, not the one trying to get it back.
Taking the time too much there to establish the length.
Yeah, both players switch the sides with that cross court very fast so far in this match. Backwall boast from Tarek.
Back and forth. And a yes.
Yeah, yes, let there just for safety once again. When you turn like that and the ball's on the back wall, it's always a lot. A couple of times though, I think twice we've seen strokes from those positions though.
Yes.
But very rarely, very rarely.
So a reserve for the point. And yes, let again.
Oh, Solomon might be getting a... Oh, that's a big point there.
And that's a contact penalty point. They've warned him all match on this.
That was a very big mistake from Solomon, especially in such an important game. I don't know why he did that, to be honest with you. I would have been okay with the let there, but you can't take it back now for sure. So they will be giving the conduct stroke there. So it is 1-all.
So again, the scoreboard showing 1-all. Now they might reverse this. They haven't indicated on the score sheet, but Solomon does have the serve.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if you keep the serve on the conduct stroke. I don't believe so, though.
No.
But it seems like on the TVs that it's 1-all. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
And Moment now discussing. Now, what is this about?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, they just confirmed it is 2-1 Moment.
So they did give the conduct stroke, but Solomon kept the serve there. Because it was a let, but the conduct stroke is just because he threw his racket.
Yes.
So they replayed the point with the point of the conduct stroke. Uh-oh. Drops the racket there.
And all the official can do in that sequence is smile. They have called a yes let.
Yeah, but you don't want to be dropping the racket there. Giggles coming from both players because he knows that if he gets another penalty, I think it is a conduct game, so he will lose the match off of that. So Giggles being exchanged from both players as I think his racket just fell out of his hand. If you're Solomon, you definitely want to keep your cool. You don't want to be losing off of a mistake like that.
And a screen from Moment.
Now, Justin, you got to think, if you're Solomon, you don't want that point when you threw your racket to be the reason you lost the match. So will that come back to Hana? We have to find out.
Again, 2-all is now the score line being showed across the scores.
Beautiful. Almost, it wasn't really tight, but it was a very good weighted shot. So second bounce is coming really close there, and Momin maybe a little too far behind the ball. Ball just didn't quite get to him.
3-2 Solomon. And a clank of a tin, 3-all.
Oh, and just a simple mistake there from Solomon, just right on the ball and tries to take it in short. But it hits the middle of the tin there, so both players may be feeling the pressure a little bit here.
Tension rising.
Solomon leaves it loose, but decides to play length.
Length again tight.
Yeah, stroke for sure. Time and time again, that ball just clips off the sidewall and comes to the middle. Like, if the ball's loose, but it's still close to that sidewall, it's probably not a stroke here, but we'll take a look again. Yeah, it hits the sidewall first and then comes out. That's almost how like a lot of the strokes have been this match. So definitely a stroke though. Not much to argue there.
4-3 Solomon as a result of the stroke. Established length again, back to the drop shots.
Oh, I think Solomon's got to go up and play that.
And it is a yes let.
Like I said though, if you're Solomon, you don't want to be arguing too much after you've already had that conduct stroke given. So you just got to kind of move on with it. Can't be disputing anymore.
Shots.
Great use of height from Solomon, just getting out of that corner, relieving the pressure. Another lob. Solomon using that shot time and time again to just get out of hard situations.
And Terry struck the moment.
Yeah, shot again, just clipping off that sidewall, coming to the middle where Solomon was, so definitely a stroke. Like I said, not much Solomon can say here with that conduct stroke given already. Yeah, just clips off the sidewall, goes right down the middle on that shot.
Play.
Yeah, just beautiful pattern there. You see a lot of these players, they'll go like front. As soon as the loose ball comes to the backhand, they just bring it across the line. So beautiful pattern there from Solomon. Seems really relaxed for how close this game is though. Park not ready to receive that serve. Completely legal though.
Redo it. 5-4.
Yeah, it seems like these points are too big for these players to be going for the nick off those serves. So just playing the safe game here off those serves.
Let's get back to the drop.
Yeah, stroke. That drop coming right back to the middle, right where Tarek was. So it seems like he's having some trouble when the ball is tight to keep it straight, but as everyone would, really.
So another stroke. Solomon, 6 serving 4.
Yeah, exact same thing. Just ball coming down to the middle. 6-4, biggest lead of the game. 2-point lead, so you know it's close. Nolan plays that one.
Oh, and our screen comes out. Solomon seen Momin have it, 5 serving 6.
What a close last game. Like we said before, you gotta see if that conduct stroke comes back to haunt him, but so far still has the lead even with that penalty.
And a yes let.
Yes, like given Solomon once again just doesn't say anything, doesn't want to dispute. So thumb goes up there, and he'll be fine to play the point again. So you can kind of tell he wants to say something, but he knows he probably shouldn't. Good idea from him.
Tight play for a moment.
Another lob there. Countless times Solomon uses that shot. His lob's actually very good too. Beautiful retrieval. Getting off that back wall. Another beautiful lob. There it is again.
Solomon trying to set up another long moment off the power.
Another, that's the third back wall boast of the rally so far. Solomon somehow recovers from that barrage of shots in the front.
From left to right.
Both players moving insanely quick this rally.
Oh, and Moment with
I'm
the error.
not quite sure what happened there. Moment was all over the ball, and it seemed like he wanted to play a little deceptive flick shot to the back, but very risky shot to be playing that late into the rally, and he just misses the ball there a little bit. So Solomon with that 7-5 lead.
And a yes let called.
Yes let, once again, no arguing from Solomon. I don't blame him. But I think that's a good call because his foot kind of got tripped up, but not enough contact for a stroke.
Very high on the serve. Oh, and off the 10, Solomon.
You can really feel the nerves coming in now for sure, especially after that one. Because Moment's shot really coming into the middle of the court, so lots of time and space for Solomon there. Just maybe getting a little nervous. Yeah, he knew exactly where he wanted to go and just kicking himself over that one for sure.
On the side, to the right side, back to left. And a yes let called.
That's like given. Moment not thinking it was enough for a let. Solomon not saying a word. Let's take another look at this. I don't know. That was a very short drop, but I think that was the right call. I think Solomon could have got it if Moment wasn't right there. So not enough for a stroke, but definitely at least a let there, I think.
7-6 Solomon still.
Yeah, either player able to get the point here.
And a stroke Moment.
Yeah, Solomon just hitting it right back to himself. Very loose on that shot from Solomon. So stroke to Moment, and then it'll tie it up 7-all.
4 points away from the possible match ball clinch from either side. Does this get to the point of a tiebreak though? Still back and forth in game 5. Hesitation there. Back along the right side to left.
Both players really grinding these points out though, and just not taking any chances here really. Plays that ball. Both players moving all over the court during this rally.
Couple straight drives and kill attempts. Oh, and drip up.
No let given there.
So the no let, Solomon now discussing things. And this could be a critical point here.
Oh, definitely a very big point now. Tarek coming back from that deficit, of course, and getting the lead in this one. But Solomon feels like he was caught off balance there, but ref giving a no let there. So Tarek up 8-7. I believe this might be the first lead in the game. I'm not quite sure though.
Second lead.
Second lead. Thank you for the correction. But definitely the first lead in a while. for a moment. So that's a big momentum change. Solomon, though, has to stay focused here.
On the establishment of the lane.
Yeah, both players being very patient late into this one. Someone leaves it loose, but not punished by it, so no harm.
Oh, and a low drop.
Yeah, Tarek shot just too close to the sidewall. Couldn't get a good counter drop in there. Tries to hit the ball, but just too close to the sidewall. What a pinch from Tarek. Momentum completely in his side now.
9 serving 7.
Yeah, Solomon's got to stay calm here, though. As we've seen, both players can definitely close out this lead very fast.
And a quick right to
Oh,
the
and
10.
he goes for the cross-court Nick on 9-7.
Match ball.
Tournament ball as well. Championship ball. All the balls in the court right now.
This is for the Windsor Cup.
Can Solomon hold moment off? Good retrieval from Solomon. Back almost.
Solomon not backing down, but moment. Tarek Momin pumping the fist. He's won the Windsor Cup in 5 games.
That is a great way to start off the season if you're Tarek Momin. Congrats to him.
The former world champion starts off the new season with a bronze event championship. Let's take a listen in.
He has improved so much. I mean, today it's the toughest match we've ever had. He pushed me so hard. We obviously had to deal with tough conditions. We're not used to playing with a bit of sun on the court. But I won today, but I think it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. Congratulations to me. Very happy to do this again.
Once again, Tarek Moment coming away as the Windsor Cup champion for 2023. An unbelievable tournament and unbelievable performances throughout, but it's Tarek Moment who picks up the title. The Viper now joins alongside here at the commentators table. Tarek, all positioned here, now a champion in the Rose City. So as things get situationed here when it comes to today, Tarek Moment coming away as the title, 8-0 against Solomon, but a big matchup today. First time in a while with the final victory, but you start off 2023-24 with a victory. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I came here hoping to give myself like a confidence boost, start the season with a good win. I almost lost it, but I'm so happy with the way I fought today and managed to get the win. Very proud with the way I played, especially against a quality opponent like Yusuf.
In turn, we've seen some of the momentum swing towards Solomon's direction. What was going through your mind as you tried to get that back for that fifth game?
Yeah, I kind of I felt like I had a bit of a drop in energy, and I had to make up for that with a bit of mental strength and resilience. Obviously, Yusuf has improved so much. He's physically quite tough, and it was hard to break him. So I'm very happy with the way I fought him the fifth and managed to win it.
And on that note here, Tarek, you start off the season with the win. That time with the finals victory, of course a former world champion, now momentum heading to Paris. What's that confidence boost like heading into the first platinum event?
Yeah, obviously this is going to help for sure, especially I got some match fitness in. This will give me a good prep for next week. Yeah, I'll be full of confidence and hopefully I can keep the momentum going.
We'll see what happens in Paris. Congratulations, you're the winner of the Windsor Cup.
Thank you so much.
Tarek Moment coming away as a champion for 2023. But on that note, it's time to say goodbye. We'd like to thank you for tuning in throughout this entire week for We Digital's coverage of the Windsor Cup and the Windsor City Open. For the rest of our crew and for everyone involved for this event, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening. You've been watching the Windsor Cup from the Rose City. We hope to see you next year from Windsor and the Devonshire Mall. Congrats to Tarek Moment, your winner of the Windsor Cup.
Big thanks to Gordon Moore as well. He couldn't make it here.